You know that feeling you get when you come back home from a long day? You kick your shoes off, you put your phone on D&D, and you start thinking, what's for dinner? Well, that's me every single day. I don't just cook and eat, I love to curate my meals. I'm not saying that every single meal is gourmet, but it's not just microwaving my leftovers either. Sometimes it's like soft tofu with a little bit of chili oil, and sometimes it's like instant ramen with a lot of toppings on it. But it's mostly me doing like a spin off of Iron Chef Broke Student Edition. But no matter what I make, there's always one thing playing in the background, and that's food anime. Not the intense kind where there's a competition like every episode, but the chill, slow paced kind where people just eat, cook, and vibe with each other. It's the kind of anime that feels like a wholesome, chill buddy who's just sitting there while you're shoveling food into your mouth. So, this video is my love letter to all the comfort animes that perfectly pair with whatever you're having on your plate. Let's get into it. Starting off with a hidden gem, Izakaya is a regular Japanese pub, like a tiny back alleyway izakaya, that somehow connects to a portal leading to a medieval European fantasy world. And suddenly, knights, nobles, merchants all start showing up to eat sashimi, cold beer, and completely losing their minds over fried chicken. Each episode is only 14 minutes long, with the first half being about the anime, and the second half of food critiques and chefs explaining how to make and eat the dish. It's perfect for a food fanatic like me, and I'd 100% recommend it to anybody who's like interested in knowing about the background of the food. This one was a total Crunchyroll random find. I literally typed out food onto the search bar and clicked on the thing that looked the most cute, and it turned out to be so good. Food for the Soul follows Mako, a uni student living alone for the first time and figuring out life one meal at a time. She loves food, but she's a little shy to eat by herself, so she recreates gourmet meals in her tiny kitchen. It's so cute. Everything changes when she joins a food and culture club on campus, and suddenly it's not just about eating anymore. It's about sharing food, laughing with people, figuring out maybe life tastes a little bit better when you're not doing it alone. It's set in college, which is rare for anime, so I was pleasantly surprised. And it kind of makes you want to cook with your friends or, at the very least, text them back. Also, the food, it's so beautiful. You watch Marco's plate of curry rice or a stack of sandwiches, and suddenly you're like treating your own lunch like it's Michelin star tasting menu. It's wholesome, it's cozy, and it has a quiet charm that sneaks up on you. I highly recommend it for solo diners, student life survivors, or anyone who's just trying to romanticize their dinners a little bit more. Okay, this one hits a little differently. Outcast restaurant is also set in a fantasy world, but this one's more focused on found family, identity, and healing. The core idea: a former hero opens up a restaurant that becomes a safe space for monsters and misfits. People who have been rejected, feared, and misunderstood, they find community here, and the food, it's simple, home style. The kind of food that warms your chest before it fills your stomach. It doesn't have the same food porn visuals like other shows, but it has an emotional layer that's strong. Like the first episode's about a demon who couldn't taste food anymore until someone made something from his childhood. Another would be about a former soldier who reconnected with her humanity through cooking. It's fantasy but grounded, a little heavier in the theme but still incredibly comforting. This one's for the Fate Stay Night fans. Today's meal for the Emiya family is what happens when Fate's Stay Night universe decides to chill the hell out. No battles, no magic, just Shiro cooking for everyone. Saber's eating like there's no tomorrow, Rin is complaining while secretly loving every bite. It's such a vibe and you don't even need to know Fate to enjoy it. Every episode focuses on a single dish. Grilled mackerel, spring chirashi sushi, hearty stews. There's a lot of care put into the cooking process and it makes it feel genuine, like you're watching someone you know prepare a meal for their friends. It's quiet, it's slow, and it's filled with warmth. Basically the anime equivalent of a Sunday afternoon. Also, it might actually change the way how you cook. I've tried their miso soup method and yeah, it's life-changing. Now I have like 3 kinds of miso paste in my fridge and I truly believe that dashi stock can actually fix 90% of my life problems. Okay, back to the Isekai land. This one's kinda hilarious. Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill, such a mouthful, is about a guy who gets isekai'd with one power: online grocery shopping. That's it. No sports skills, no magic, just the ability to order Japanese ingredients in a fancy world. And somehow it makes him the most valuable person alive. This show leans into food fantasy hard. grilling meats that tame magical beasts, miso soup that heals injuries, soya sauce that literally blows people's minds. He ends up cooking for a giant wolf, a slime, and a goddess, and it's all just low stakes and goofy fun. So if you want to watch a food anime with a side of comedy and adventure, this one's the one to go for. This one's oddly specific and weirdly addictive. Kuzumi-san Loves Ramen is literally about a high school girl who's completely and unapologetically obsessed with ramen. Every episode is like a ramen tour around Japan. From Hakata tonkatsu to Sapporo miso to shio bowls you've never heard of, Kuzumi explains all of them with laser focus. She ignores everyone around her just to hunt down a specific topping. It's not emotional or deep, it's just pure obsession, and that's what makes it great. It respects the experience of solo dining, it treats food as a personal passion, and somehow, even though she barely talks, Kuzumi ends up being one of the most compelling food anime characters out there. And bonus points, it'll 100% make you want to have ramen. Even if it's just instant noodles, you'll be putting like spring onions and sesame oil on top. So yeah, these are some of my favorite food animes, and they're the ones I go back to when I feel like I need to decompress or calm down or just be inspired to cook something new. There's something magical about these shows. It's not just about the food, it's about the experience around food and how it connects people and makes your everyday a little bit more special. So I hope this gave you some new food anime recommendations, and if you have any, please comment them down below because I'm actually looking to find new food animes because I've run out of most of them. Also, if this made you hungry, go fix yourself a snack. You deserve it. I'll see you in the next one then. Bye!